It's Saturday, baby.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Saturday Night Sell Swords, presenting the Sword of Air. If you like this content, be sure to check out Frog God Games. FrogGodGames.com. Also, something I was talking about with a few people is, I know we're playing Pathfinder, but there is also a 5e version of the Sword of Air that I think they came out with recently. And by recently, I mean sometime in the past, because I don't really know.
Good research, though.
Yeah. However, they do also have their proprietary system called, I think, Swords and Sorcery.
Yeah, that's Sorcery.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I want to run one of those as a one-shot one day.
Or you can watch any of our wonderful YouTube videos to be able to adapt any of these to an already existing system that's not currently documented.
Yeah. So, quick recap from last week. We had our big fight with Duncan.
Yes, we did.
The town of Elise was sieged briefly, and luckily the group was there to defend it. There was a large incursion of ogres, the resurrected dragon Hydramel, Duncan himself, Joe Platemail, the cleric Zagrid, as well as other individuals, and several smaller bands of soldiers all platooned out from Duncan's army.
Ogres out. And then they died.
Yeah. Nope.
They went, ogres out, and then lightning bolt.
So after the battle, Alicia and her 3 apprentices descend the tower. They kind of order some of the clerics and things to start tending to the wounded and triaging the dead, all that kind of stuff. But the bulk of the dead are actually of Duncan's forces. Not that many of the town's militia perished in the battle. Mm-hmm. From what you can see after you survey the town, several of the men-at-arms who were stationed along the walls suffered major injuries, but some of the smaller forces that had broken off from Duncan as they exited the canyon, they were intercepted by Alicia's long-range spell-casting abilities. Meteor swarms,
Thousands of
fireballs,
magic missiles,
all that kind of stuff. Also, the hurricane prevented a large number of groups from attacking from the south. So they ended up getting lost within the storm, as they were unable to discern true north and therefore navigate appropriately to join the battle. All right.
Don't forget the ones we squished.
Yeah.
Has
So
Elise
the-
descended from the tower yet?
Huh?
Has Elise descended from the tower yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's checking on the guard. She's taking an inventory of all the spells that were cast and kind of what they have left for the day in case there's like a secondary attack or something else. Getting ready to attack the town. She begins to thank each of you individually for standing and fighting and not fleeing. And she informs you that while she does not necessarily have the stores to pay for Duncan's bounty, she will personally go to Glavier, and if any of you would like to go with her, she will attest for the bounty for you. You guys do know that for her that is a big deal because she is not on good terms with the Baron of Glavier. He has actually been attempting to court her for several years now. She is
We
not
won't
interested.
need the bounty for Duncan if she's willing to sign this documentation showing that we are the rightful owners of of Howling.
No, we need that signed as well, but yes.
Yeah, we would like the
That's a
money
great
as
idea. We'll go through, we shrink down the body, make it transport easier for proof.
It's under a rock right
Is it
now.
actually just
We don't need
the Baron
that.
Glavier's, his bounty?
No. So the Sea Lord of Canton Light and the Baron each had a bounty. In totaling, it is worth 40,000. So part of it's from Glavier, part of it's from Canton. Yeah, 55 then. Yeah, whatever I said before.
I feel like quoting Army of Darkness right now.
But yes, she's more than happy to bear witness, facilitate for your sake.
I'll go as an escort.
I turn into a tiny Elise with my hat of, the
Oh,
disguise.
God.
Yeah.
And I go, witness me, come out.
Okay.
All right.
So yes, the sword.
Take it.
You want her to take the sword.
It's trapped. It's evil. It's got an ego. I have no charisma. Take this. I only got like 30 more seconds.
Okay, yeah. So she orders Sabrina to come forward and take the sword, and she basically.
Why specifically her?
You don't know.
Because she's super charismatic. She's a teenage
Well,
witch.
Thank you.
She may.
I was gonna say
She trusts her for mental fortitude to resist the sword.
Yeah. So, well, not only that, if she takes it, y'all are dead. So it's easier to, if she absolutely has to, kill Sabrina as opposed to you all killing her.
Sabrina can also just be
Perfect.
evil.
So yes, so she orders Sabrina to take it. You can see her struggle as her eyes go pale white and parts of her nose, ears begin to bleed. Yeah, as if she is becoming possessed by the sword. And in that moment, Alicia casts a spell on her, and she snaps back into place and goes, "Wow, that was powerful." And then
Spellcraft?
sure, yeah, you can spell
I
craft.
don't know what that spell
Blake
is.
probably knows what it is, but
Also would like to try.
11 plus
You roll low.
31.
She cast Mind Blank
Nice.
on her.
That's a good
What does that spell do exactly?
It blanks your mind.
It mostly in Pathfinder it protects you from like divination and things like that. They did change it a little bit from 3.5, but it gives you significant bonuses on resisting any kind of like mental check.
I believe so. Last 24 hours.
It's basically one of the best force fields for your head you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sword.
Okay, so you're relinquishing the sword back.
I would actually ask her, how are you guys going to contain that? Is there a method or a means? Because we've come across 2 other things in the past, and we had no way of dealing with them.
Well, she does say that based off of what we have already discovered from it, it is an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
She believes that it is the fabled arm of Sathaka. And as such, it will not be easy to be destroyed, but she could begin divining a method to have it destroyed. But
Anything that needs to be done.
she will take that into account.
Please do alert us when you come up with how to destroy it.
Well, that's good to know later, but for containing it for now is my question. I deal more with natural as opposed to those and yourself with the arcane. And I know there's a certain substance that emits the flameless fire and such, and one way to get around that is simple lead. Would that have any protection against such a thing?
No, but she is going to craft a demiplane to just like
Put it in.
put it in for a little bit.
We need one of those.
Well, I mean, she's an archmage. Demiplane is probably second mage for her.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be anything fancy. It literally just needs to be somewhere where it is out of space and time,
Yeah.
Cool.
and also not easy to get to. So in case anybody comes looking for the sword.
So
It
yeah,
sounds to
definitely
me like
keep
we're
us
going to Glavik.
keep us updated on that because, like I said, there's 2 artifacts in the Howling Fortress deep in its depths that we wouldn't dare touch.
Yeah.
One being the Amulet of Orcus and the Noose of
Nemkov.
Nemkov.
Also,
Which at some point, Grendir will have to go and find.
do air elementals go through cracks? Pass through them? Like
I don't.
just form code.
I don't know. Maybe. I guess that would be DM ruling, but like they're not swarms. They don't have the swarm template. Swarms can fit through anything. Yeah. So it's like anything that isn't solid, the swarm can fit through.
Even
But
the
like,
swarm of monkeys?
well, a swarm of monkeys is specific. So it's like anything a monkey could fit through, the entire swarm could fit through, even though it would be large sized. Right? But like if you had a swarm of cockroaches, that can go anywhere it wants because cockroaches.
Nice.
Right?
Duly noted.
offer with the ship to take her and anyone else wants to go to Glivir a quick flight over.
I will go to Glivir.
She needs to make sure the city is taken care
Well,
of
yeah, of
first.
course.
And also, she needs to get to the library and make sure nothing
Yeah,
happened in the
okay.
library.
The sages are still there.
Yeah. But most importantly, she will inform you all that the dragon needs to be disposed of.
Yes, and then coming back again.
Well, we'll
She
take
would,
the head.
yeah, she will recommend probably having Sortin do so, since dragons are up his alley.
The scales alone are worth.
We do want those scales.
If they're properly harvested, yes.
Yeah.
But
We 100%
skinning
want those.
dragons will usually draw the ire of other dragons.
Dragons.
So
We should
take a
contact
couple red
Sortin.
scales anyway,
Yeah, that's fine.
just for spells and stuff.
How
Yeah.
much?
Yeah.
About approximately how much
Comes back when
material
full scale
would
armor.
be required to make
It doesn't take that many.
weapons
Yeah, it's
or
true.
armor? I guess specifically in this case, weapons. I don't dragons.
So this isn't Skyrim, so there are no dragon bone weapons.
What? It's not. I'm out.
I mean, for you, it'd probably be.
But there are,
be a dagger.
yeah, but there are dragon hide armors. So it's mostly scale mail is what it gets transformed into,
Yeah.
and it adds bonuses to elemental types associated with the dragon it's taken from. So a red dragon hide scale mail will give you fire resistances. Yeah.
Could you? I asked Elise if she knows if we bring it to Sortin, would he be able to properly harvest it, or do you think he would
Yeah.
take it for study?
Both. I mean, he would probably perform a dissection first, and he has a much more in-depth knowledge of how the body can be both respectfully harvested and most efficiently harvested.
Okay.
So he would be the one who would more or less be doing that.
Duly noted.
Should we contact him about transportation of that? Because I don't think the ship can handle that weight.
He'll have his own methods of moving it.
You want? We go now.
We don't actually know any of
This
that.
is a very
Shrink it
much
down
an
and
olive
go.
branch as well for Sortin.
Yeah,
Too
if
much.
you.
As far as we know, we left, and the only thing we know about Sword is that when we keep contact for help, you got no answer. It was the middle of the battle. It's like, probably no time anyways.
He's probably sleeping.
Yeah.
Or he just doesn't care about us at all and would have
New
rather
body. Who dis?
Yeah.
hurt us dead.
Its friendship meter is like 0. We don't need
Well,
that.
we tell us
Zero?
about free dragon stuff for you.
That's
We'll contact
we'll go.
Sword. Yeah,
Well,
you go check the
plus
library, and then we'll get with you when you're done.
Okay. So, after a few moments, she goes and checks the library. She informs you that everything's fine.
Good.
Everything looks good. She then orders some of the clerics and things like that to start, basically getting the bodies ready for disposal. She is going to bury them sometime in a day or two after she's had time to go through and speak with dead, with several of them, and extract as much information as possible
Smart.
before sending them to the afterlife.
Good idea. Why don't we do that?
I would also recommend putting Rest Eternal on them, which, if I have time, I want to cast that. It'll make a DC check to keep them from
Dude, the
returning.
level 10
Wow.
is
Casting
still
time
level
on it.
20 had to do her job.
I was just about to check.
Would that prevent any potential resurrection elsewhere?
No, it just makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, you have to pass a DC check to do it, but at the very least, it makes it a little harder.
Well, you got time. You could try to reprep spell and do this.
Well, I mean, Joshua does like making things harder, doesn't he?
I mean, we're pretty much coming off battle fatigue right now, and she was just checking everything.
DC 21 to break it, which isn't that high, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, and it's a will save. It's not a wisdom check, correct? Because it's similar to Hellfire Ray in that regard.
Well, if not, it is now because the DM
Caster
said it.
level check.
It's a caster level check?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in that case, yeah, it's a DC 21. Like, you get true res at level 17, so that means they need a 4 or higher before bonuses in order to attempt it. It's assuming they're casting it from their raw repertoire of spells.
And gives you that body.
Yeah.
You can still do it if you want.
So she says that
Only catch around.
if anybody wants to bring Duncan back, they will, right? Because the various things of bringing somebody back from the dead, they do get easier. The more powerful magic you use, But she does inform you all that, like, there are no underling clerics that have the power to do this. He could have done it since he's a divine caster, and the cleric could have done it, and they're both dead now. So amongst their entourage, there's likely to be no.
The rest were weaklings in
Yeah,
comparison.
and even though they were evil, their relationship with the demons isn't likely to bode well with failure. So,
My question is there any way to permanently make someone dead and stay dead?
yes, but
Not within your.
not within your power.
What kind
Yeah.
of spells would there be? Just for like
Wish.
better research.
You could wish them to be permadead.
Okay.
You could you could not kill them and do something like stone to flesh or imprisonment.
Basically, yeah.
You could put them somewhere where they will be
Where there's
alive. Yeah, like trap the soul.
Also, like magic jar. Take over their
Yeah,
body and
that
leave
could
them.
work too. There's a bunch of ways. If you were really bougie, you could
He knows this party.
craft them. You could craft them a demiplane with the sustainable feature, and just put them in it, and
Trap
then
'em.
seal them in there, so that they'll be forever alive. Because you wouldn't willingly starve yourself. It'd be very, very difficult for you to willingly starve yourself to death in the presence of food. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible, right?
This
But
is, a pretty high will check.
yeah, but it's endlessly, yeah. The sustainable feature of a demiplane is it becomes bountiful, and like each 10-foot square produces enough food and water each day to fully sustain one living creature. So like in a more or less Garden of Eden situation, right? They would be attempting to starve themselves to death.
I did have a question about like create food and water. What kind of food do you just like make just
Bread and water. It's not special. You're religious.
yeah, I'm curious, like what kind of actual food do you make with that?
Did you read the whole spell?
Josh, you're going off topic.
Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay,
Great question for later on.
Yeah, great question for later. But yeah, there are ways to do it. None of them are
Within our
good.
means, and sound very
Yeah.
questionable at
Expensive.
best.
Yeah, it's not so much killing as much as turning them off. Right, like you could also do like you could aggressively cast anywhere but here on them and just send them somewhere. It's like the likelihood of them surviving and being recoverable is very, very, very low.
Yeah, you teleport them to another planet, and then you'd need the body to true res or a piece of it. So they'd just be in space.
True res, I think, unless they
not
changed
require
it,
body
yeah, it doesn't
parts.
require body. It just requires good knowledge of the person. So like,
So we'd have to mind blank the world of them.
Just
So
like
technically-
yeah, you'd have to erase them from history
Yeah,
or
like
kill
this-
anyone
Who knows of them?
powerful enough to use that spell.
That's
you
a
do that
long,
personally.
Falsely destroyed the soul. I don't think we can
Yeah.
go back
I
to the
guess.
dust that they come back with.
Yeah, and there are certain creatures that prevent resurrection. Like there's a soul cage or a rattle cage, I forget what it is, but like it's a special type of corporeal undead that when it consumes you, it traps your soul inside of its rib cage. And like other than the direct intervention of a deity, you cannot be brought back.
Neat.
Like that thing from Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I guess someone would pop over Glavir with her and get the
Oh,
Duggins
I'll go with
out.
you to Glavir.
You are now allowed to go.
I'm sorry. When did you get the right to tell me what I can and can't
When
do?
I got us out of Govir after you murdered someone. Or sorry.
Oh, you
almost
mean when
murdered
you
someone.
accused me of murdering a bar full of people?
I asked the governess if
yeah.
she's
No,
ready
when
to
you
go. Let them
stabbed
argue
a
it.
man.
All right, I'm
In
going
the
to tell
middle
you
of
in
the
the most
street.
Ricardo way possible. Come stop me.
So, to end this, I will go with her to Glavir.
You're not going.
Issa will go to Glavir, maybe. Are you going?
yeah,
Do you need to do
By
anything
oath, I
in
can
Glavir? You're technically the
No,
most
your oath is
responsible
you can't
individual
go.
out of the group.
Your
so
God doesn't speak.
It'd probably be the wisest if you went with us.
Stands like taking
Also, giant pupper.
Club of Taig
So
enters my
you're gonna
hand.
leave these guys
I'll go
here
where
by
I want.
themselves to their own devices.
What trouble can they get into?
Do you trust the rich kid Drow to
All right, now
do
the
good
BS
by the
sarcasm.
party?
I asked her, does she want to take the ship?
No, she can just teleport over.
Right.
Sure, let's go. Let's grab the body, or do we dispose of the
Ricardo and
body?
Bernardo follow them
Right.
onto the
around
ship,
the-
right?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
She doesn't. You guys. She doesn't need. the
Bernardo
body.
lives
She wants
in
to keep the
Glivir,
body intact so she can
and
speak with Dad.
Ricardo's going with him to see him off.
But you know,
Ricardo.
her testimony would be enough to have the bounty.
Perfect.
So,
Okay, so she grabs you 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm going.
No, I explained to Ricardo in my best of terms.
As they argue again, she just
Okay,
teleports
and
us.
I explained to
And
you,
just like her, it's gonna
your
keep going for a
god
while. You
means
just take
exactly 4.5 inches and a pair of balls to me. A little dick. That's all
Yes.
it means to me. It's your
You
god.
know,
Your
it also
pact
is
with your
great.
god's your business.
You
You
know, it's
can't
also
keep me
great.
out of anywhere I want to go.
The fact that I heal you.
Oh,
And she teleports us, leaving them behind to argue.
You
Please.
do your basic job, and now I'm supposed
Yes,
to worship
and
your
I
deity.
won't be able to do that basic job
All
if
right,
you go.
well, you know
there.
what? And I've killed about 6 people trying to kill you. So
Yes, and I probably
Acid.
healed you 4 or 5
Anyway.
times.
Super
Yes.
acid.
we're taking the boat, right? Ricardo
she's-
enters the boat.
No, she's
No, she just wants to teleport over.
Ah, so I just grab hands. Whoever we're teleporting with.
Okay.
Do you stop him?
Yes, I
Because Ricardo's seeing his brother Bernardo off. You're the one who doesn't want to go back to Glivir. Don't force your shit on me.
No, you're not going. And
I don't care,
I
Grenadier.
have to call it.
Alright, I wait for your attack roll. That's the only way you're stopping me.
Does anybody else want to chime in
You're
on
low
this?
on spells.
Between them.
I think it is a good thing if you stay here.
But I have the hat of disguise. And I have items I need to sell.
That is good enough argument for me.
It doesn't matter if you're disguised or not. By stepping into that town, I will lose all my cleric abilities.
No, you won't. Because
Yes,
you
I
can't
will.
make promises for other people.
I made an oath that you are not allowed to enter that city anymore in exchange for us being able to leave alive.
I don't recall this.
That was how it happened. Yeah.
Oh, well, then you should not make promises on other people.
Would you rather have died?
I'd rather have fought valiantly than have you tell lies.
You. Yeah, he's not
I had a
good.
joke. I'll tell you later.
Okay, see, here's the thing. Is I really want you to look at this, Grandier.
Yeah.
From my true barbarian heritage. Don't tell me how to live my life. I could just ride off on a horse right now. You'd have no way to catch me and go straight to Glivir. So once again, you're posting your permissions
You do
against my
understand? I'm
free
going to
will.
say this player to player and character to
Okay,
character.
player to player.
Hold on,
character.
Josh
If
to
you go
Tom.
there,
All right, Josh to Tom.
I die. Essentially,
Okay.
I lose every level I have.
No, you could do like repentance
No, you
or something.
turn to a villager.
Dude,
Level 1 villager.
you
I
could
made an
atone.
oath.
Yeah, you need to atone to get your spells back.
She has atone.
So,
Not a lawful good character, so I can't really do that.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
he's not going to
Now,
be.
Grendier to Ricardo. I want to hear this part now.
Now, Grandier to Ricardo.
please understand. I'm
If
not
this is the
trying to
same
restrict
thing
you.
Joshua just told Tom, I'm gonna get annoyed. I'm gonna die, man. I got no levels.
By a holy oath I made to protect the party,
Yeah.
I tried my best
To hunt me down
to
and kill
keep
me.
us safe, and in exchange, it avoided it restricts you from going to this one city.
Okay.
A city, might I add, that's not really that big. I didn't bar you from Bard's Gates or Canton Light.
It's actually bigger than this city, but go on.
Yes, it's much bigger.
Cool, it has 2 more, like, towers. I don't
It
know.
has a really nice mansion.
Look, I hate Ricardo. You don't want to
You
go
hate
there.
Ricardo? What?
No. Ricardo, you know, honestly, you don't want to go there. Every time I've gone there, hell has broken loose. I hate that city. And let me tell you, it's probably a good idea for you never to enter that city. Because you know what's going to happen? One,
too weak.
I am going to break an oath I made to Tyr.
Okay. All right.
And 2, something horrible is going to happen.
Okay. Dylan, will you please roll me percentals?
I
Yeah,
don't have any dice
percentals.
out.
Steve, roll me percentals.
Someone.
You've been sitting here besmirching Glivir, the town Bernardo is from. We're gonna see how long this lasts. On evens, he's going to be offended. On odds, he's not going to give a shit what this cleric thinks.
13.
That's odd. He didn't give a shit what you think.
Cool.
But look, Ricardo just simply responds, You should not make promises you are incapable of keeping. You cannot control the free will of
no
others.
other choice.
You had a million other choices. You could have turned
could
and
have
fought
died.
with me out of that town.
Yes, and we could have all died. There.
Yeah, we could.
whoa.
That's every damn
would've
day for
won.
us.
I was fine. Just for the record, I was safe.
Yes, all of us were fine. I saved
You said
his
all of
life.
us could have died.
Oh, I was fine.
You weren't even there yet.
Exactly.
He died.
It's like, I know better.
But somebody who looked
so-
dramatically like you punched me in the snout.
All right, so
Stop.
Alicia says,
Shane.
all aboard who's going aboard. And If
I'll
you
go.
yeah, so if you grab onto her respectfully.
I can only reach this high. I'm
All right, I
sorry.
will have to throw out that Ricardo hears that and goes, another person telling me I live my life.
Are you serious? Okay, because she'll
She'd
kill you.
No, but Ricardo goes, who's actually going again? You,
Looks
you,
like everybody.
you? No?
She can't teleport.
You two?
Yeah,
Both
she-
going?
She can't teleport everybody. If you,
I
if
see.
you
I let those people
I'll
go.
just stay.
yeah.
Bernardo grabs on because he's actually going back home.
Okay, yeah.
He's leaving
So
the group
Bernardo-
back to Glavier.
So Bernardo is going, Ricardo is staying.
I
Yeah.
was done with this shit.
Yup.
It's like,
So Ricardo is staying.
Bernardo, Van, and Rael are going.
Yes.
Okay, so you four teleport away.
5-minute rant.
All right.
Ended up just
Now
being-
I'm going to assume her role as tiny Elise. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just go around and like Alicia, and then just go to random people.
And I random.
Okay.
Speaking in Draconic.
Speaking of people.
Man.
Let's see. Wonderful.
Okay.
Man,
so
you remember the deal on the Kopesh?
are you selling the
Okay,
company?
yes, I told you I'm selling the Kopesh and splitting it with everyone
Should-
who went on the boat with us for the bomb
That's
run.
probably going to be a free gate per cell.
Eh,
But,
alright, see what you can do.
Okay, so you guys teleport to Glavier. She teleports right up to the Baron's mansion. All the guards instantly recognize her and begin to respectfully bow. She leads you in, and you spend probably a day watching the Baron try to woo her, and her just being like, "Nope, I'm strictly here on
What that
business."
armor do, girl?
You posted a bounty. I expect you to honor that bounty. You know, I understand it may take you time to actually draw up the coin and count it, but these
Should've sent
individuals
minigans.
and their traveling companions have slayed Duncan the Black. They are to be, venerated and their names taken to add to memoriam. For this action. She even intends to commission.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, she intends to commission some form of artwork for Elise to hang in the library, showing your triumph over Duncan the Black.
fair enough. Thanks.
But yeah, you are invited to stay the day and the evening at the Baron's mansion, and it does take him some time to gather the coin up, but he, between himself and the Sea Lord at Canton Light, they conjure up all the gold from Duncan's bounty.
I'd ask the three during that time if they'd be willing to sign the document showing that we own the Howland Fortress.
They are not of regal status, so
I thought you said they would actually count.
they can. They're just letting you know
Oh.
that, like, because they are of noble blood, and their position is that more or less of a like gubernatorial standpoint. Like, they can sign it, and the signature will be valid.
It just
But
won't
it
carry
may-
much weight.
Yeah, it's not going to carry much weight,
That's
especially if you take it to like a king. Like, they're going to look at that and be like, okay,
I recognize it, but I'm
you're
not
getting a
happy
signature
about
on a technicality, but not a signature with any weight behind it.
Oh, I know we need more than that, but
Yeah.
just the more that I'll recognize it, the easier it'll be later.
And you can get more
Yeah.
than you need, just letting people know. But yes, all three of them do sign it, and they have it notarized by court wizards to account to add to the records that yes, they indeed perform the action.
Fair.
Much appreciated.
I would actually like to speak to, since they're both in the same room, I would like to speak to them privately.
Yeah.
Who's they?
Alicia and the Baron.
Okay.
We'll give you.
Alicia politely declines because she is strictly here on business, but the Baron will speak with you privately.
I will request to speak with her privately in a different area then.
Okay.
I would like to
Unless you know something specific.
ask if there are possible business relations that my family could have with the Baron of Gulliver.
Do you have diplomacy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
That's 17 on the die, and then my diplomacy is 14, so 31.
Okay. So because of your contributions to the Gulf of Akados, the Baron is open to negotiations.
Okay.
But he understands that both families or both groups may have resources that benefit the other, but he does not want to openly be known for dealing with Drow.
That is
So, he will send you instructions to send emissaries on behalf of your family, and part of those instructions are going to be if you do show up, he does not request that you disguise yourself.
myself.
He simply requests that you understand his position and make sure to conduct yourselves accordingly.
While the business is legal and fair, I still need to act shady to avoid repercussions on his end, not mine.
Yeah.
Understood.
But he's
I
willing
will,
to
I will
deny.
abide by this contract. I would like to have it contracted, notarized, and duplicated. One for my family, one for him.
Well, there hasn't actually been any formal talk of business, right?
He's saying to be open.
So he's saying he would be
Yeah.
open to
There's a
business.
certain rule.
But there is a certain etiquette that he would request be followed.
That's fine. Then
But
I would
yeah.
like to have a
He will
date.
draft a letter. He will draft a formal invitation for you to bring back to your family.
Fair enough. How long will that take?
A couple hours, not long.
How much was the family total?
I think 55.
55,000.
Yeah. Okay. And is your side conversation with Alicia the same thing?
Yes, it will.
Okay. So she tells you straight up that the main thing she's interested in is the library. And so the only thing she would really be interested is any knowledge you have of the Underrealms.
I will
It's fair.
pause. I will use my wand of sending to message or sending my father and ask him if that would be okay with him.
Father, are you fine?
Can't help mermaids attacking. Help! Oh god!
Okay. She kind of raises her eyebrow at you
Because it's not just
because you're doing this in the middle of a conversation, but
Hold on, I gotta call
Oh,
my
I'm
dad.
sorry. Did you want me to for sure say yeah, and then you go to my family and be like, oh, by the way,
she's not going
Is
anywhere.
that canon? Because I would love to hear
But
that. This
the-
Drow noble talking like this is
Yeah,
hilarious.
but yeah. So he says that the secrets of the Underrealms are not lightly traded, and so he is not going to give them away.
scratch my back, scratch yours.
But yeah, if you need them and you have something worth bargaining for, he will be open to
You basically now have
discussing.
a potential commodity that they all make.
Yeah,
I tell
like
him-
your family is banished from the Underrealms.
Yeah, yes.
And so you know that while they still have their connections and they still have their secrets and they still have their knowledge of the Underrealms, that is their bargaining chip. So like relinquishing full control of that surrenders power. Yeah.
As with most shady deals, some information, not all.
Yeah.
I will relay that information to Alicia and see how she feels about it.
Remember, she wants to grow the
Grow the
library. So anything like she at that point, you don't think that the deal would work because
It becomes
it would become part of the public knowledge, and that's not something that would basically mean that your family would be like it would be easily traceable to be the ones that like yes, these are the ones who leaked.
Oh, you mean the bridge between both of our worlds is the same one trading away our secrets? Huh.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, they have that as
For 80
maybe
miles.
she would not be the best person to be giving knowledge to, as I'm sure you have learned
She's a
in the past.
whistleblower to and fro.
She would.
Yeah.
Then I would
Conversation
politely
myself.
decline if it is requiring the secrets of the Underrealms.
Yeah, that's what she's interested in.
Yeah, then I will politely
So,
decline.
yeah, okay.
I mean, oh, you're good. Never mind.
So, yeah, if
Just lie.
she does say that if you ever need something, that is something that she would be worth trading for, and if you make it worth her while, she could not add it to the library.
I do have a question about something that maybe she'd have more knowledge of than the library.
Okay.
This guy walked on this black powder.
Black, yeah, the black powder. How do I get me one of those?
So just you and that, right?
And Gauss and Alec.
I thought they went to Glavier.
No.
That'll make it interesting.
I'm, yeah. I have what I'm doing in a second, but I'll wait for him to get done.
Bananas.
I'm
I
waiting
would
until we
like
go back
to
before I
know
tell you what I'm doing.
about the North Star. I'd
Okay.
like to know if she has any,
We're going for a day.
historical knowledge or knows anyone or has report with anyone about the North Star, specifically that ship.
If it's a ship,
Oh, okay. So
your best place to begin researching it is going to be in
Light.
Freegate.
Freegate? Not Canton Light?
Not Canton Light. Canton Light is more or less a military outpost of the northern stretch of the Gulf of Abydos.
Okay.
Right, so if you recall, Canton Light is right here.
Yeah, and then you need to go up north.
Right, and that's like 1,000 miles away from the Bard's Gate region. And so the major port in the area that she would be allied to is Freegate. There are other ports up here, right? We have Carindorn.
But I also have not been to those places. Nor do I
Yeah,
have
you
any-
guys haven't been up here yet, but they are major cities.
You haven't been to the Grinch down there either.
So you can also check out the Kingdom of Oceanus
Or the turn.
and in Pontus Tingle.
It's like Madagascar.
But this is a standalone kingdom. They are not associated with Bard's Gate and its holdings. But they are a naval-based
They need to go.
kingdom.
how are we gonna destroy them?
Maybe we could go there for modifications to the ship.
Okay. I think
Alright.
for a time then, and
Other
I'll
side.
move about my time.
And main quest that we have
Okay.
done.
I would want to ask her two things in between the governor trying
Yep.
to woo her. At some point, I was hoping to set up a shop. I'd employ and such. Would your city would you open to having an alchemist shop in your town? Could increase a little bit of trade, some protections. It's not anything immediate, but
Yeah, I mean, she can't stop you, but like,
well, I mean, you're the governess. I would want your.
yes, but I can't show favoritism. So if you applied to open a business in the town, I couldn't just de facto shut it down, especially now that everybody knows who you are.
Fair.
So,
Would
yeah,
you be opposed to it?
I mean, you're cutting into my business, so yes,
Well, then never mind. I thought you were more enchanting.
I do it all.
Oh wow, jack of all trades,
Then
Alicia.
that actually does leave
But
another question.
if you wanted to if you needed to open a shop, she would recommend Glendouble Close, because Glendouble Close does not have a dedicated alchemy laboratory, and also Canton Light.
Okay.
So Glendouble Close is much farther to the south, down here.
Yeah.
It is near Darnagal and Bard's. Well, it's not near by any means, but
Where's
it is
the
closer to
Closer
Darnagal
to
and
the
Bard's
north, yeah.
Gate, than up here. You would also be able to trade with the dwarves of the Silverhelm clan from there, because they are predominantly the ones in charge of the southern part of the Stoneheart Mountains.
Rude.
They actively trade with Bard's Gate already.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But having one a
Actually,
little
they're the ones that
closer,
led me into Bard's Gate.
Yes.
that would actually cut in their business and might have. Okay.
So I
Appreciate it.
know
I'll
that.
keep that in mind.
Anyway,
Thank you.
anyway to
Canton
establish
Light,
good
however, up
business
here,
rapport with people is-
Although it would be good because Glavier is nearby and it is a mercenary town, so you would be able to attract mercenaries from Glavier, but you would still be competing in her market. You just
and
wouldn't be in her town.
out of hopefully a newfound respect towards each other, I wouldn't want to do that to you.
I mean, competition is good for all parties.
Parties.
That's fair too.
Yeah, warmongering.
Yeah.
And depending on how you play your cards, she might cut you on a little bit of a profit.
Yeah, there could be business.
She does say that depending on how future relations with your group go, you could, rather than starting your own practice, form some form of partnership
Yeah.
and take over the alchemical trade while she focuses more on the magical item creation.
I'd be 100% okay with that.
Yeah.
Alright, Tower, that's something we can discuss later on.
Yeah.
I still am working
Yeah.
on developing an assistant to work the shop while I'm out and about. My other question for you, since you are an expert in many ways,
Yeah.
and clearly you know the library and everything, I'm looking for a way to sort of accelerate time temporarily. Potentially another plane to visit.
Yeah.
To speed up some personal project of mine, because we have a couple of things that we're running out of time, but
Yeah.
I need a month if possible.
She says, yeah, you could use my demiplane.
What's the time difference you can do?
1 week on the demiplane is 1 day in the real world.
A week for a day.
We're already spending a day here, so time isn't that
I do
much,
have.
but we can do it.
She does say that comes with a price.
What's well, of course I would.
It is important.
I'm an alchemist. Everything, nothing's free.
Yeah.
There's always a trade for something. Yes.
So, she also uses it for crafting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is there a way
so
to build faster
she
ones?
wants 10% of the value of anything you craft in there.
10% of the value.
That's a steal.
So if your magic item is worth
10,000 gold, you have to
10
give her 800. Or 8. Yeah.
10% would be move the decimal place one over. So if your item is 10,000 gold, she wants 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wasn't going there mainly for crafting items. It was to
Yeah, but I was going to try and talk it out to 800.
work on
8%.
myself a bit. My allies probably want to craft some items, but
Yeah.
I'd be more than willing to share the research done. And I remind her how I looked before and how I look now.
Yeah.
And I kind of give her a basic rundown of what has happened over the past couple of years, and
Yeah.
that it's still there. It's just rekindling, and I'd rather control it this time.
Okay. So in that case, she wants 200 gold a day.
Material playing 200 gold a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
For every week, she
200
wants
gold.
200 gold. Yeah. So for every
Oh yeah, I'm
material-
willing to pay that. That's fine.
Yeah.
That can
Much
not
appreciated.
skew.
When we get back to we'll get back to your town. I'll discuss that with the group. Make sure they're fine with waiting a couple of days. I can
Okay.
do what I have to do.
Yep.
I do like to remind, I am on a bit of a time crunch.
Okay. And you are retiring Bernardo.
Yes, Bernardo returned back with them to Glavir and marched off. He gave me the equipment he is no longer keeping, and I will be dispersing that as soon as I find people who need the items.
Okay. Just remember then that if the next time you call Bernardo, he will need to be rearmed because if he's not,
He still has his +1 bastard. He's
Yeah.
still taking that with him. It's just,
yeah.
yeah.
He won't have
He's
any
just
skills.
giving up his 2 rings of
I know.
elemental protection.
Just imagine like a child is there.
Okay.
I would ask the three
Pretty
if
much,
they
yeah.
know of anywhere to sell the coat patch of appropriate value.
But
You'll likely need to go to
City
the
of
City of Brass for that.
he is taking his
full.
+1 bastard with him.
For the full.
Which we can do. I have plane shift.
So, unbeknownst to Ricardo, since he's not
We have to do the
here,
rest of the stuff, but
Yeah.
I am on board with keeping the sword.
We can discuss that with the group when we're on the plane.
Cupid?
We have accelerated time, and we're not on a running clock for your
Well,
situation.
Well, it only takes like a couple seconds. I think it's best if we keep the sword. Just unbeknownst to everyone else, we keep the sword and then bring it out when it's absolutely necessary.
You're gonna have to run that by Ricardo at some point, because Ricardo is also expecting
Money.
Money.
So
It's
I
like,
give
hey,
Ricardo,
yeah, we sold the sword, but we're not paying you.
So I give Ricardo 5 gold. No. But yeah.
You said that we spent a day there doing the whole thing. I was gonna ask her to one of those formal wizard fucking
Dinner party.
dinner things because I'm a completely different person
No.
than I was last time. I'm not trying what you were
I would
thinking.
like
I'm
to
asking
know.
her. I'm asking her
the
questions.
very second we're shooting back to.
You can do
Elise.
that when you guys get back. She is not doing this outside of her tower.
She's not
Okay.
really comfortable where she's at.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to know the second they popped out of Elise by that transport.
They gone. They're gone.
They're gone. I literally doff every weapon I'm carrying, straight to the ground, walk right up to Grendir, go into full rage, grab him by his armor, and attempt to lift him up off of his feet.
Okay, roll a strength. Well, wait. What's your carrying
20.
capacity?
Well, I have a strength of 29. I'm medium,
So, yes.
so I think I can easily lift the door.
Sure, nice to
Yeah.
create some
In
food.
full armor.
Yeah. In a non-lethal damagey kind of lift.
Okay.
18 plus...
A number.
You just help.
Oh no, I gotta pull up my rage number. Because I made sure to rage before that. Plus 8. So 18 plus 8.
26.
26.
Yeah, you. I would
Okay.
assume.
You hoist the dwarf.
Do you toss it?
I want you to be fully fucking aware
Yeah.
that in 1 year's time, you better get rid of this promise. Or one way or another, you're gonna die. I am a sellsword by trade. I cannot not go to Glavir. So just know, in 1 year's time, either I will walk through the gates of Glavir, or I will drop you down a deep hole.
You could drop me now, please.
I could, but I want you to understand the seriousness of this statement. You need to find a way out of this. Am I clear? It's
I'll
a yes
try.
or no.
I thought he was
It's
right.
a
I will
yes.
try.
That's neither of
I
the
do
words.
not respond to force,
You only
so
go
you
to
can
the
drop me and then I will.
Well, I'm looking at the camera.
Okay.
This is not force. This is a polite nudge in the correct direction. You murderer of 8 innocents.
Clink.
All damage?
No, I claimed non-lethal before I started.
I land like a cat and rolled a 20.
That's fine. You can just you drop back down and realize, all right, I don't have to heal him anymore. Got
Yeah,
it.
good.
Yeah, 100%.
So, no
you do
emotional
not
damage?
have to.
Yeah. I would like to re-prep fifth level spell.
Okay.
Okay, I did it. I would like to prep for sending,
Okay.
and I'd like to contact Sorton.
Okay.
Why?
Because you're
Because
not
we
there to do
need
it.
the dragon like picked up and harvested.
That's their job, so let's do it.
So I say we have Slade Duncan the Black and a red dragon. Would like to contact about correct harvesting. Need help transporting the body from Elise.
He had to count it out.
Okay.
Smartly used it.
He responds with,
Oh, no.
"Wow, I'm impressed.
You evil prick.
We'll be there tomorrow with a group. Leave the dragon alone."
Got it. Okay. Then I tell the people of Elise, you know, the clerics and the guardsmen who are walking around, that the dragon is not to be touched. There's a wizard coming to pick it up, and I would like them to, you know, maybe watch it. You know, have a couple of people around it so there aren't any like people coming just ripping the scales off or something stupid like that.
As you look over and you see Gauss ripping some scales off.
Well, that's the council. You can have a couple.
Yeah. Actually, you would look over and you would see a small version of Alicia ripping some scales off.
Alicia. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Cool. Cool.
What?
Take
Wait.
off your
So-
recording clips. Your clips.
Oh, I'd also, good point, would like to go to the 3 sites at which I had placed bombs. And I walk by going, "Good Lord Tia!" And I rub away the way that a glyph is made, it uses like powdered silver, I think.
You could just.
Or powdered
kick
diamond,
the
powdered
dust.
diamond. So I use some of that store. But use powdered diamond to draw a glyph. So I just, you know, dispel it.
That favor
You
ode.
pick up your diamond. Your powdered diamond.
can
It's
I?
material.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say, I just kind of like smudge it out. which is
Creation of
really-
the
Yeah, so you use.
Yes.
You don't have disable device, so you can't just smudge the glyph away.
Oh.
But you do a
Can I just dispel
non-lethal.
magic?
Yes, you can dispel magic,
Yeah,
and
I
since
just
since you cast it, it will automatically succeed.
Then I just-
Or you could also just do like a strategic detonation where nobody gets hurt and just go. Okay, it's gone.
Actually, that sounds way more like Grendir. I just started doing 3.
He's like, all right, nobody's gonna get hurt by this.
Make him roll
There's
perception.
no, there's no innocence around.
Well, they were all
Okay.
sonic too, so it just sounds like 3 like thunderclaps going off.
Yeah.
We win! Huzzah!
Don't know why,
Boom!
but I'm
18
suddenly
people
proud
have
of
tinnitus.
Grendir.
Okay, so you guys
Just wait till I get the greater version.
Group back up after a day or two.
Nope, we don't.
No.
Okay.
Council quest.
Okay.
So,
Oh shit, here we go.
Sarah, Issa, would you like to come along?
I kind of have to.
Fantastic.
all right.
Council quest.
Council quest.
I do.
Oh no.
Would you like to explain? It is your.
Issa, we are resurrecting my son.
Oh shit, here we go. Okay.
So, before the crack of dawn, because this must be done at the crack of dawn, or at dawn,
Yeah.
we are teleporting to the Dragon Hills. Location, I know, probably should be relatively safe.
Did you
Probably.
say catapulting or teleporting?
Teleporting.
Okay.
Oh,
I heard
those are
catapulting,
two-
and I was like,
There's two very different spells there. I'm just saying. One sounds more painful than the other.
So you want to teleport to the Dragon Hills?
Yep.
Okay. And then do you remember where you're supposed to go?
Yeah, the Dragon Hills.
His home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to your home.
What? What?
Hey Dylan, how
At-
big's the Dragon
at-
Hills?
My home?
Massive.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in
I'm
your
supposed to
home.
actually go to my home.
I don't know. Do you remember?
No, you just said in the Dragon Hills.
Yeah. Okay.
The way he's stating that means.
But for thematic reasons, where are you going? Like, are you going back to your hovel? Or are you going back to your cave? Are you going to the mound on top of the cave? Like,
I mean,
are
I
you
would
going
go
to
on the
coast?
mound on
I
top.
thought you had to go to the coastline.
No, it had
No,
to be
it's
in the Dragon Hills.
When the Dragon Hills are on the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have our the great no keeper looking. That's just her title. The great no keeper.
There's just a note where the egg should be, says Ricardo says hi, and now you guys are trying to figure out who the fuck wrote this. Ricardo can't read!
Yeah, I do believe though, if I remember correctly, it was just to be done in the Dragon Hills at dawn. Was the only information.
Yeah, that was all we got.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
You're
could.
not doing any other research into that?
I
You're
could-
just
I
like,
did. We asked a gun with
Yeah, we asked Tyr himself what the.
Okay.
That was a community.
He's so cool with resurrecting dragons.
Well, you know, okay.
No.
No.
We're way past this.
Oh no, we're not. Okay, yeah. So roll the 20 plus the 13, which means that it's another. I would like to do another 5th level spell.
No.
I will give up my
You
next...
brought this on us, Dylan.
Dylan, I'll give up my next
It
3
could've
crit
been
cards
simple.
to make that fail.
Yeah.
When did
It was
you ask
during-
the question?
No,
was
I want this
commune.
quest to succeed because it's Gauss's quest.
Was it before the Howling Fortress?
No, it was after the Howling Fortress.
Yeah. It's the
I
next
think it was
game
in
coming out for
Lassos,
me,
I
eh?
believe.
That was before.
It was right after I got commune, so right after we hit level 10, because I just turned level 10 and got the commune spell.
Or was the last was after?
You get commune at 9.
Well, then 9.
It was before because we went straight from the Howling Fortress to one of those cities over there to train for 3 months and to build things.
Well, it's
Green.
whenever we turn level 9, because that's when I
We
use
need one of
commune
those
for
Mr.
myself.
Popo
I did it
rooms.
twice, one for him and then one for all of us.
Well, we're kind of getting one for
We're gonna train for a year.
a day for a week. So
I'm
close.
so glad I didn't keep my notebook.
Fair. I think an actual play.
But yeah, if you
get a
allow
day
me,
per week.
I would commune to ask upon what instructions the Tyr would give to raise the dragon.
Sounds like you're asking the wrong guy, but
Sorry, I apologize.
Don't.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so
I
you
can't
want
speak to
to?
any other god.
Are you bringing Issa?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're bringing Asher. You know Asher counts as 2 people, right? Because
That's
he's a big puppy. Okay.
He's thick.
Yeah, we still have 3 slots left.
So you teleport to the Dragon Hills.
Yep.
And
on top of the mound that used to be my home.
No,
Yeah.
it's the accident.
Okay.
Fecal. Funny.
You teleport to the top of the mound that used to be your home. Roll a perception check. Everybody who went.
All 3 of you.
One of you guys has to be sharp-eyed.
There's a red dragon waiting there going, oh, you thought.
Huh?
16.
25.
Okay, so the place is not very well kept.
Yeah.
Most of the grass is dead. It reeks of hobgoblin and kobold, but it is empty, and it brings back ill-fated memories.
Dirty habs.
Okay. Was that supposed to be at a shrine or something?
Now you asked us.
I don't remember.
That's like the most Gauss question
It really
you've asked.
is.
It's like, all right, we're going. We're here. Fuck, what were we supposed to do again? Okay, but yeah, you don't.
Profit.
Yeah.
Underpants.
I think the only thing, from what I remember, the only thing I had to, the only stipulation was it had to be dawn.
Yeah.
And
And the
had to be
dragon
the
hills.
hills.
Yeah.
And I think there was something. Initially, when you were at Sorton's Tower, there was a place nearby that you did some kind of divination or something. Maybe to get this information.
No, we did. I remember exactly. It was commune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got him 9 questions, and then I gave the group 9 questions,
Yep.
which I think you want to use like 4.
But yeah. So, who's casting the spell?
Yes.
Grendir.
The scroll.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about this, but okay.
Okay. Are you familiar with the spell Hellfire Ray?
Yeah, we are now. I am.
Yeah.
But you're not
But you're
there.
not there.
Okay, so, but as you cast the resurrection, I need you to make a caster level check.
Okay.
That was a good
Cash
time to
level
break into these.
is just my spell,
This might be-
right? Or not just my
No,
level.
it's your level. Yeah.
It's gonna be 27.
Okay. So, you struggle for a moment. You place the egg on the ground. You are facing east into the rising sun, and you cast the spell as soon as the first rays of light fully break the horizon. Shadow and flame begins to erupt from the egg. And there is something attempting to prevent you from doing this. In your mind's eye, you see a 5-headed dragon fighting with you over the egg. It has its heads reared back and their maws attempting to cast their breath weapons upon you simultaneously. In their hands, they clutch the egg, among others. And it is the power of the good Lord Tyr
Oh God.
Why?
that
Huzzah!
triumphs in this moment. As
Yeah, I feel one hand on my shoulder, and I look, and it's like
No, it was 2.
just a stump.
It was 2.
How long have they been gone from Elise?
uh,
Oh,
yeah,
see if
you
I
have
could've
that.
made it
You
to
have
a beer
that
by
father-son, Goku Kamehameha as
Yeah.
you rip the soul out of hell back into
yeah.
the egg.
Good Lord Tyr prevails.
Yeah.
Suck it. Not going to say your name because I don't want your vengeance upon me directly, but suck it.
She knows.
Oh, they don't know who you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn gods.
But yeah,
They play the pronoun game.
I'm holding the egg.
The egg is on the ground.
Okay, egg is on the ground. Did it reform into an egg, or did
Yes, it is an egg now.
it? Gauss, I think I've done it.
Mittens.
To warn you though, I did have a vision while trying to raise it.
No, you can't. It's
Not
mine.
like raise it from the dead. There was.
Come on.
Can I roll a religion to know what? Do I just know what? I mean, that's a pretty big figure. Would I just know? who
Yeah,
it was?
you would know who that is.
Okay.
No, the 5. God.
I had a vision of Tiamat holding mittens in her claws along with other eggs, but I was able, with the power of Tyr, tear it from her grasp.
Come on.
Come out. All right. Yeah, we did it.
Okay.
How many days has it been since we left Release?
This was the next
Oh,
morning.
this is
This
like
is
the same day we're gone. We're
No,
having
This
dinner.
will be the morning after. So you guys are getting ready to come back today.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Oh, that's true.
invisible
So-
around us?
50.
You have the invisibility?
Yes, permanent.
Oh, then no.
Okay, just checking.
There's things
All right.
everywhere.
We're going back. I teleport back.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. You guys left him alone. You
It's
left
not
the
like I
cart
would
alone.
buy a horse and start immediately riding to Glavir. That would be a dick move.
He did say 1 year, so I'll give Ricardo.
No, I will give you exactly 365 days. I'm a man of my word.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, all right. So now everybody regroups back at Elise.
No, we all meet back at the Howling Fortress. We don't know how.
Does Grendir let
I
us know
carry
that
my son
he's
in my non-magical,
gotten Sorman's
completely
attention and that he's
normal
bringing a
sack
group?
that totally things can live in?
Yeah,
Okay, just say.
you could make like an egg papoose to carry him in,
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
or like an egg pack or a backpack.
Wouldn't the egg be as big as him because it's not a kobold egg and he is a kobold?
Oh,
Yeah, it's big.
Dragon egg.
Yeah, it's thick.
Well, he kind of had.
It's not
had
thick.
ant-hole.
That's why he has mule cords and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to
it's
tie it
got a
into your mule haul cords in order to carry
He's
it
not
around.
permanently on my back.
I
Yeah.
hand Grendir the document. 3 signatures down. Though they warned us we're going to need a little more clout on those signatures.
For the Howling Fortress.
Yes.
great.
Should have
Look
had
it over,
Duncan
I-
sign.
Okay, let's
Glendir,
go ahead.
Elise and Canton Line has recognized it.
All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break, read up on drinks, and then we will come back with Sorton's arrival.
Cool.
Excellent.
I do.
All right, everyone, we are back from our first break of the night. While we were off camera, we went ahead and divvied up the loot. So real quick, we're going to go around the table and just talk about the stuff that we had traded out, traded down, traded up, all that kind of stuff. All right, so we'll start over here with Rael and work our way this way.
I got a Ring of Fire Resistance 20, and then I upgraded my Belt of Dex +2 to a Belt of Dex and Strength +2. So really just netting even on Strength now.
Just upgrade.
Yeah.
Nothing serious.
All right, Van.
I pretty much mainly just upgraded my gloves of arrows, snaring, because as most items really weren't suited for my character's approach.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's because based with my passive buffs, I do most of the other items were better suited on the other party members,
Yeah.
so I pretty much passed on all that stuff.
But the new gloves do 5 times.
5 times a day as opposed to
instead of
2 times a day,
Nice.
which sounds like to get those gloves too.
Yeah.
So,
All right, Ricardo.
Okay, let's start from the top here. Well, Ricardo, he got himself a brooch of shielding. He got a horn of Valhalla. He got himself a new +4 amulet, natural armor. He got a cloak of the manta ray. He got a belt of physical perfection, and he got a ring of elemental protection +10 as well.
And the Ring of Elemental Protection is a unique item that Joe Playmail had. And rather than giving +10 to 1, it's +10
To every.
to all the 5 main
types.
elemental types. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
but with no cap, it's like every time I get attacked, it's 10 to no maximum.
yeah, it's resistance.
So like
Yeah, it's resistance.
some people have it goes up to 100, so 10 times but +10 you're protected. This one is like no, end of time +10.
yeah. It's not, it's
Yeah.
it's resist, not protection.
Resist, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, resist is still protection from 10.
No, those are 2 different spells. So
Okay.
energy resistance and energy protection are 2 different things.
Okay.
But this
Either
is
way,
a
I'm not
ring of
taking
resistance.
10 of that energy almost every time.
Correct. Yes. All right. Alec.
I got some boots of haste, and I got an amulet of spell resistance 19.
All right. Nice.
So, I do one quick Alicia, come out. 3-eyed kobold. And then I remove my my hat of disguise, greater. And so now I return to my more monstrous, increasingly monstrous kobold form with my undead shroud, and then I place on the helm of the Cyclops, which is in fact just part of a Cyclops helm that was kind of like flayed and magically enchanted. And I also upgraded my Ring of Protection +1 to a +4, and I'm gonna stow the hat for later.
All right, Grendir.
Grendir received the belt of Strength and Constitution +4, which is great. And I also received Ring of Cold Resistance 20, which is also okay.
Okay.
Hopefully we find someone that actually uses cold. We've been a lot of fire lately.
Nice. All right. Issa.
She didn't get shit.
Asher and I
Just needs more
upgraded our
help.
rates of protections to +3. I got upgraded amulet of natural armor to +3. So, Issa got gloves of missile snaring, headband of inspired wisdom +6, and boots of the cat. And then Asher got a ring of spell storing worth 8 levels and the tabard of stone skin.
Yes.
Excellent.
All right, excellent.
That's a
So,
lot.
so you guys divvy that stuff up through the night. The following morning, after Gauss and the council return, Sorton arrives with a group of wizard associates.
Do they look at all closely related to Issa's father?
To Issa's father?
Yes.
No.
Do we notice he is visibly sweating profusely?
No. These look. Actually, several of them look to be like his simulacrum.
Okay.
It's kind of look like him.
Yeah. So they look like him. They look like a couple of his new apprentices, that kind of stuff. And they more or less just start kind of like
It's
eyeing.
like a field trip.
Yeah, they start eyeing the body. And the first thing that he says is that there's no damage to the body. How did you slay him?
Well,
There's
in
no
your
signs of like magical.
persistent as we are.
Do we want to tell him?
I stared him down until he fell.
Actually, I pull out the apparatus of lobotomization.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you were going to say the apparatus of Qualsh, and I'm like, how the hell do you have that in your pocket?
Wait, is that the crab?
The
tank?
That's the crab thing.
The crab tank.
Yeah.
That's on the shopping list now.
The
No,
apparatus.
I pulled that out and I explained to him. I was like, "Well, actually, we fought this one particularly twice.
Okay.
Before it had this thing on it, and it was barrel.
Okay, so he's very
Don't put
taken
it
back
on.
by that.
Yeah.
Starts looking at it. Yes,
We put it out of its misery because of this horrendous object, and Duncan brought it back and apparently decided to still attack us.
Yes. Well,
Dragon.
Red dragon is the chaotic.
But Duncan's dead,
peculiar.
by the way. He's out of your hair now.
yes, I was informed. Congratulations on surviving. That must have been a harrowing battle.
Easy.
Yes, it was. I was near
No,
that
it was a
many
hard
times.
one.
So he says that we are going to move the dragon to my laboratory for a investigation of sorts.
All right.
I was politely informed by some of my associates as they started divining the dragon that you wish to keep its head.
Indeed.
Just the skull. You can keep the rest.
Okay.
Is there,
Of the
is there a particular reason why we need the skull?
We're going to make it the maidenhead on our ship to bring honor to dragons, but to also show that we can make this.
So we want to
Chromatic
draw
dragon,
the
it
ire
must be
of
where-
dragons by having a dragon skull.
We have a
on
flying
the
boat.
front of our boat.
Our biggest
We're
fear is
honoring the
dragons.
metallic dragons by killing the chromatic dragons.
Okay, so he says that in exchange for dispatching Duncan, I will taxidermy the head for you,
Amazing, yeah.
so that you can do whatever you want with it. But be warned that all draconic kind will look down on this, as they do not like being made into
Oh
trophies.
no, our ship goes higher than them. They'll be looking up.
Now we have a dragon slayer.
No.
I did not get the helm of intelligence.
Okay. Is there any other?
You don't want to keep the
Anything
head?
else you
You
guys
have a vote
want?
in this group. I just
That way,
thought it was a
man,
cool
this
idea.
dragon supply doesn't go to waste. I know that there's a lot of potential resources from dragons. I mean, is there anyone else who would like? I mean, Sorton's the master of dragons.
I don't
You have all
remember.
moved beyond the realm of needing anything this thing could offer.
Oh. Cool.
I do need one thing. I need to know Sorton's reaction to seeing Gauss with a papoose egg. Which should be pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's true. Are you attempting to hide that at all?
No.
I mean, it's in a sack. It might be an egg-shaped sack, but it's in a sack. It's not like actually visible.
Okay.
But it's perfectly egg-shaped. It's like
Mostly
a tight sack.
egg-shaped.
Yeah. So you probably wouldn't notice and or care.
Would you be able to smell it?
Not with a
No.
giant dead dragon in front of him.
Not with me. I mean, I'm sure my spell will overpower Mitten.
Do we-
He is an archmage.
Do we
so
really
he
want the
may
dragon's
have
head
ways.
on mounted to the
I'm
ship?
just saying,
He,
Mitten.
he does not recommend
I am a
it.
good
It
father.
will draw the ire of others of its
I-
kind.
I wouldn't.
Then yeah.
Could
Then we
It will
won't
make
do that.
negotiating
could the
difficult.
could the scales be used to reinforce the ship in case we ever went to, say, the plane of fire?
No. There's not enough scales for that.
there's no-
But if you needed to, you could enchant the ship to resist fire.
If we kill enough red dragons, we'll have enough.
I would rather avoid killing dragons
The
best we
second
can.
he says that, I do this.
Yeah.
Does
With
he
all
seem-
the materials from the dragon, how much would it be worth? How much would you? This is
Nothing, because I have no intention on selling it.
I'm the one being stupid.
He's claimed
Does
it
he
as
notice
his
he
own
didn't
already.
get an answer
Yeah.
to how it was
We're
slain?
giving it to him as good.
Yes.
Yeah, olive branch.
No, he is beginning to grow curious.
We've been directing the conversation away the whole time, so.
Can I sell you Grindy?
I'll tell you what.
In our experience with him, what would his reaction be to it? What would we think his reaction would be to it?
Not good. You have a stick that kills the thing he's dedicated his life to love.
Yeah, we don't mention that.
How about
To put it in perspective, imagine if somebody was walking around with
With the puppy killing?
with an arrow, with an arrow of puppy slaying. Like, you would look at that and be like,
is,
heresy.
Heresy. Why?
is the arrow
every
hitting?
arrow an arrow of puppy slaying?
No, but this one's particular to this kind of dragon.
not
And
wrong.
usually the
Give me the
chromatic
puppy with an arrow.
red dragons are not good.
I still
Yes,
wouldn't tell
usually
him
that is
that.
correct. And they are the most powerful of the chromatic kind.
He likes all dragons, though.
But yeah, he does like all dragons.
Is the
But,
arrow
like,
in
there's a
plain
reason
sight?
for it, and we only
Yeah.
killed this one twice.
Well, you know.
because he attacked us.
And I love all puppies, but if it's rabid and attacking me and all I have is a bow and arrow, it's best to have that bow and arrow.
Along with the insta kill.
So I agree
That's what
with
you mean.
everyone when I say we don't tell him crap about arrow.
Yeah.
We tell him I picked up Gauss and threw him through the dragon.
Yeah.
He hasn't actually asked us how we killed it.
He did.
He did.
But we steered
didn't
him.
answer it.
We didn't
No,
make that.
I
We
did.
were
I
smart.
said I
I know,
stared
this
him
is
down
why I
until he
asked.
fell.
In an attempt to further
And I think he
redirect
believes
from
me.
that question, I would actually ask
Because I'm
Master
angry
Sorton
with
this,
people.
that, and say he's an archmage, showing some respect. As much as my companions would love to mount this dragon's head to the ship, I fear it would unbalance the ship and, as you pointed out, draw ire from the dragon. I'd rather not do that.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to even fight this thing, but it made a deal with Duncan to fight us, I guess.
Yes.
Instead, perhaps a favor returned later of equivalent value.
How about we say that I don't tell the King of Wolves where you are, and
Why would that matter? He
Deal.
knows where we are.
Deal.
We told him we were coming here.
Take
Someone in
the
particular
deal,
says
Yes.
man.
How about we just?
he looks at
Let him
Issa
speak.
first, and then looks at Rael.
Take the deal.
He would also see noticeable confusion by his
Yeah,
words
because
and
we have
tone.
no idea why this is going on. 'Cause
Yeah.
Rael
Just
didn't
take
tell
the
us.
Of
deal.
course you don't.
Oh right.
So
Because we told him we were going to go kill Duncan.
I'm
Yes.
just gonna nod.
I believe I told him in private when we were talking that we were going to kill Duncan and we needed Issa,
Yes.
and that's where we got to break her out.
yeah,
Yeah.
you were going to kill Duncan, but then you left a steaming pile of crap on my front door that I had to take care of.
I'm sorry, but you invited the animal in and provided the toilet paper.
I did not refer to my father as an animal.
Okay, jokes aside, what do you
Turned
mean?
into a dog.
What do you
Uh,
mean? What
Your
happened?
companion here was requested to return home, and she did not.
Well, sh-
And one of your associates reached out to her father
Look at the
He
in a
Albanian?
manner that he did not approve of.
Who?
I think it ended
Talk
with
to her
good
father.
luck.
Everybody's like,
And then
Oh, the only person
wait,
that has
he just looks to Rael.
condescending. We all just look at it at the same time. What did you say?
Yeah,
What did you do?
Way to spill the beans there, man.
What
Everyone
did you
kept it quiet.
Sorting and everyone looked at you.
Anyway,
And what did you do?
Fair enough. Deal. We'll take the deal.
the question is, what did you
What did
tell
you
her
do?
father?
How about we not talk about this? We take the deal.
Hey, none of our business.
Master Sword.
Kind of is.
I'm sorry.
What did he do?
Private conversation, Grandier.
So,
Tell you later. It's fine.
the Lady Issa is sick,
Of your
and she
bullshit.
needs to return home for medical reasons.
We're aware
We
of
have a
her
cleric.
condition.
I'm actually her doctor.
Your primary care physician.
I'm her primary care physician.
Dude, your HMO, they're taking her to a PPO.
Yeah, you're out of her network. More and more medical healthcare jokes.
It's like, so,
Okay,
dude,
with
so,
all respect,
put it
it's
this
her
way.
decision where she goes.
Actual
It is
surgeon.
not her decision
Essential
where she
oils.
goes. It is her father's decision where she goes. Until she proves herself.
I love PPOs.
Until she proves otherwise. She has other duties that require her attention.
You say a lot about poop.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Duty.
So
Poop in my
again, I will take the dragon.
You may have to drag.
Just
Uh,
make
I've
sure
got
it
a
doesn't
new
get
plan.
back up this time.
Better
Yes,
plan. You're gonna-
I will take the dragon. And in exchange, I will consider this as a gesture of goodwill to repair our friendship.
Wait,
And
so we
in
donated
return-
our dragon to Goodwill?
I will not inform the Lord of Wolves where you are or what you are doing.
Done deal.
may,
Moving on.
may we return to your tower for information or
Nope.
You may. However, I expected you to investigate Ceneron's disappearance and not gallivanting through the Haste Canyon. However,
We did
you did
destroy
destroy Duncan the Black.
Yeah,
we need to claim our
We needed the help get that because he was causing problems with Dragon.
Oh wait,
What happened
wait,
last time?
Sorton, we have a piece of paper we'd like you to sign. If you don't mind.
I'm looking at
wrong.
his credits.
When you patch things up with the King of Wolves, I will sign
Your
it.
father's.
The King of Wolves has no qualms with me. I intend to join his wild hunt.
You gotta do investigations.
The collective you, if you will.
Oh, the royal.
The royal you.
Royal you.
Yes.
But only two of us are royals.
Yes.
Anyway,
We will.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We have to ensure that Duncan does not return by clearing his tower out. We will then be helping with some refugees in the Dragon Hills. At that time, we'd like to stop by, at least even for a moment, just to get some information on your apprentice and see if we can assist that. To, like you, as you said, develop a better friendship. So, any further conversations, jobs, favors, whichever, I'm sure would be more. We all be more able to do.
Agreeable.
Agreeable.
Okay.
Yes.
If you intend to venture back into the Haste Canyon, it would be wise to investigate Duncan's tower. I'm sure he has many divinations and writings that he has recorded in his communing with the Frog God.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a good eye into the forces of darkness and what they are intending to do in the region.
We will plan what we can, bring it to Elise and yourself if you'd like to have some information.
I have no qualms with the Boggards and the Frog God. However, there are others who would pay handsomely for the information.
You have no problem with an evil god?
I have no problems with any deity, rather than the good, neutral, or evil.
He's true new.
I'm a wizard. I am not a cleric.
he tries to take the
Darkness
out
and
of such
light exist
affairs.
for reasons, and those reasons usually result in creation. So I am here merely by an extension of their will.
I understand.
Anyway, then,
Believe what you
here's
must.
my idea. What if we get
Right, you're
a wooden
gonna change that.
beholder maidenhead and then put different ion stones for the eyes that give effects to the
That
ship?
could be cool.
All right. So if you intend to return to Duncan's tower, do so at your own risk.
Okay.
The other tower you should stay away from.
Any particular reason why?
There is rumors amongst the peasant folk that it is a tower of sorcery, and I know of no other powerful wizards or sorcerers in the region other than myself and Alicia. As such, it would not be wise to venture in uninvited.
There's
So I'm assuming,
also
like,
a
So get an invitation.
cavern with a sealed up bat demon they were trying to awake. Any ideas on that?
Yes. Demons of different factions often get enslaved or taken for information or for their blood or for power.
It looks like this thing has been down there for a while. Like it was some mortal may have sealed it down there, and Duncan and his crew must have found.
That was a bit expensive.
Might be worth investigating.
I have a question for Sortin here. You seem to be one of those powerful spellcasty guys.
Yeah.
Somebody did something to me called a Legendor. Can you do one of those on the Haste Canyon and give us the deets?
A legend lore?
That's the one.
It would take some time, but yeah, I could. Legend lore is going to be more about what the canyon was like in the past, not what it currently is.
That's what I'm trying to find out. I want to know if there's any major details about this thing that would make Duncan use this as his place. Why is there a big pit of Sathaga in it? What other extraneous details might be important?
If you go into the canyon and cast it yourselves, you're likely to have a more powerful vision.
Do you know we can get a scroll with that? Because I don't think any of us have that on a spell list.
He looks at Alec.
Not yet.
Still working on that one.
Alec,
It's a level 6 spell.
you've been to the Haste Canyon, haven't you?
ultimate power.
You've been to the Haste Canyon. haven't you?
Is there anything else you want to ask him?
I was gonna wait till we went.
Any further questions we'll ask after we've earned more information and honesty.
Okay.
So stay away from the sorcery tower.
That is my recommendation,
Oh,
but
so
if
for
they were
fun.
allied with Duncan, it may be worth looking into.
I 100% abide by your recommendation.
Basically, be careful with mental traps. There's a lot of bad stuff in there. Probably.
I do need to have another one-on-one powwow with you about something.
Okay.
Keep it away from prying
This
ears.
sword you allow that.
All right. I do have a mission for you.
For me?
For the royal you.
So just these two.
You need to patch things up with the King of Wolves. How you do that is your own business. But you have put a slight hamper in my relationship with him, and as such, I now have a thorn in my side that needs to be addressed.
Well, I've got a very comfy couch
not
and
a
a
royal
book. If
you.
you guys want to come to relationship counseling, I'm willing
I know
to
there's a
come.
one of sending.
So, I don't particularly mind how you do it or when it gets done, but I will not host you again in my tower until such a hosting will not be viewed as further stepping on his toes.
And that is fair.
Does that hamper any investigations to your apprentice? We may need to look through its room with respect for any potential clues that might have been overlooked.
Yes,
Fresh
and
it.
you can do that
Okay.
once you patch things up with the king.
All right.
I do have a question.
I have an answer.
Have you ever heard of a necromancer named Nemkov?
Yes.
And what information do you have on him?
His name is Nemkov.
He is not a necromancer, but he ascended to the form of a shadow demon.
Okay.
He is most closely associated with the downfall of Clan Koth, the lost dwarven home. He sacrificed and cursed his entire bloodline in order to ascend into some form of demonic entity, and as such was able to transcend the traditional powers of demons. He was destroyed hundreds of years ago by the Paladins of Mir. Though they could not entirely vanquish him, he was broken down into pieces and scattered throughout the cosmos.
Do you know what those pieces would be? I do know there is a noose of that we had previously
I
discovered.
know of the pieces. I do not know where they currently are.
But do you know what they are called?
Yes. And I will be happy to tell you for a price.
We'll give you 1 grandier. 1 grandier, hold the gauss.
What do you want in return for this, or what do you have to offer for this information?
Gauss's firstborn son.
You know nothing.
How about 100 gold
that's
for
what I
each
figured.
item you can tell me about?
That is a joke,
What
and you would know that that would have been a joke.
What would you like?
I'll put a couple
Silver.
zeros behind that.
Okay.
How much
I will
does he need?
chime in. What would you like?
Alright, guys, step outside.
Is there anything
Well-
you require specific?
Do you have anything you think I might like before I begin asking?
What are you asking us for and
We
why?
do have, if you would like to,
The noose.
remove it from our grasp. As
He is the noose.
enjoy dragons. We do have an amulet of dragon slaying that I did find at one point.
I am not interested in that.
Okay.
I am.
Why? He knows we killed a dragon, and he knows it was unmarked. So showing him an item that maybe helped us do that would lead him to suspect something other than a instant killing.
We've already passed it.
I
That's
have
not a thing anymore.
Duncan's personal thing of Sathaga.
You may need that in the canyon, so you should hold on to it.
Never mind. What would you like in return?
I would like whatever killed the dragon.
You can't have me. I'm too
I
important to the
apologize,
party.
but I will learn the information other way.
Fair.
Magic killed the dragon.
It's too late. You missed that opportunity.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it, so I turned it down.
Okay.
I can learn it through other means,
Right. So
such
I'll
as the
approach
sages
the
behind
social-
us.
This is true.
When we last spoke, I requested information. Have you discovered any heretical shrines of Tiamat that may or may not be around?
And one actually. He's fighting up north.
Yes. There is a hobgoblin clan amassing in the Stoneheart Mountains known as the Sun Eaters. They seem to be dedicated to Tiamat.
Damn all these
They
side
are
quests.
constructing shrines in her image all throughout the eastern slopes of the mountains,
Slopes of what mountains?
the Stoneheart Mountains.
What's the clan called again?
The Sun Eaters.
Sun Eaters.
You know, I have a spell for that.
Ah, darkness.
No, prying eyes. You just send them out and say, find this, and then they go out and they come back after a few hours. Once they find it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Does that conclude our discussion?
I still need to have a one-on-one with you.
I have a question for him and Alicia, potentially. Right, pull out the bag holding the particular ring and tell him about the ring. Curiosity, and if there's a way that maybe his ability might be able to divine further what's going on in the ring, and if there's a way to remove
The curse.
whatever the curse is.
Well, depending on what the curse is, we might not want it removed.
Yeah, greater curses are
You
powerful,
cannot die.
and they are not easily overcome.
Kiss me
So, my advice would be to cast that thing into the ocean.
I don't know. I don't know that spell.
Send it somewhere where it cannot be misused. As the nature of the curse will not be known until it is afflicting somebody. Unless
No
one of you are
divination.
brave enough to don the ring and then
It is-
suffer the repercussions.
No divination, magic.
I mean, I'm pretty stupid.
We can always, key in.
You could possibly vision or legend lore or speak with dead the person who was wearing it and see if they had any knowledge of the curse they were willing to share with you. Because they would have been the person last afflicted by it and therefore able to discern what it is capable of doing.
Still curse. It's pretty bad.
I appreciate the wisdom and information. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Chance to only 50% of the action.
I politely decline a one-on-one,
But
but if you wish to write a letter or something, I might respond.
I don't know how to write.
Oh.
I please just a quick discussion. You can say yes or no to it's just this one question.
Okay. He steps to the side.
Right. How much money would it cost for you to kill me and then true res me?
25,000 gold.
25,000?
Yeah.
I only have 18,000.
Wow.
It's a damn shame.
Can I owe you?
No. We are not on that form of relation anymore.
But
Why do you wish to have this happen?
Because some asshole made a promise that if I step into a town, he'll die. But if I die in true res, I'm no longer the guy that promise was made about. I'm a completely new guy.
He's out of line, but he's not wrong.
I found this out when it came when we were fighting some other asshole
It's
that
his
apparently
soul
did
that
that.
gets
Yes.
A dragon, I believe it was, actually.
Yes, I could do this, but I do not have the appropriate spells prepared today.
Okay,
So this would need to be something that we plan for.
good. But, I'll help you out. But it'll be after we help out that lone wolf guy. You gotta do me one huge favor then. Don't tell Grandir. The guy's a dick.
All right.
He
Yours-
kills dragons.
Your secret is as safe with me as your relationship with her father is.
I hand him 5 gold.
Oh, we're fine then.
And walk away.
All
so I don't
gold is
see what he
good
does.
gold.
So I don't see what he does with it.
Just drops it on the
I've
ground.
killed people for less than that.
Okay.
That he
So-
has.
I killed the guy for a falchion once.
So him and his crew take the dragon.
Yeah, you see they do a quick ritual, takes about 10 minutes, and then the dragon and all of them vanish.
Cool. Does he rat me out to Grandir?
No.
He's
That's
good to his word.
One
That's 5 gold I ever spent.
All right. Well, we can pop over to Freegate with a teleport and sell most of this other stuff, and then, if you guys want it, we can spend. Elise's already allows to use her demi-plane to accelerated time to better prep for the towers and get some stuff done.
What am I going to do?
But the question is, how long do we want to stay in there for? I need at least a
Well,
month.
it depends. How much money do we have?
We,
You don't know
Sell
until we
everything?
sell everything.
Yeah, we should.
Well, we just
Probably-
got 40,000 gold, which kind of pissed me off because I just
How-
realized I should have asked for my cut of the 40,000.
We got
to pay
55.
him.
we're gonna
kill him
probably
for sure.
have about maybe 10,000 each. I have to actually figure out all this other stuff.
Well, then we should figure that out.
Well, you
and
promised me
then
that was a creative enough answer.
50 days.
They can work for the
Well, if we go in there only a couple days out here, and we can get weeks to months. But each day out here is going to be 200 gold, which I'm more than willing to pay for at least the first month.
What is it you're going to be doing?
pumping iron,
Science.
getting swole.
Science.
Crafting shit, getting things made. Like I can turn my headband into a better headband, or I can turn my rod into a better rod.
It also gives them a chance to
Here's the bill
create
for that.
or upgrade some certain items to better equip a part.
Yes, the spell
And
of
we wouldn't be
Viagra.
rushing, and also we'd be on a different plane of existence, so we wouldn't be
Had
worried
that
about
bro.
people scrying on us for once.
I will like to stay outside of the
You can if you
hyperbolic
like.
time chamber.
Same here.
I will make peace with whatever gods I need to make peace with, preferably useful ones, and then,
So the good Lord Tyr.
no.
Most useful yet.
Rael, how many more artifacts till we start our quest to defeat the good Lord Tyr?
6.
6 at least.
Just
6
one for me.
each?
That's fine if you wish to. I
No,
was
not
just
the sword.
offering. It'd be a couple of days.
What
out
I thought you were
if
going to take
want.
out Hecate with.
Taking out
That's-
all gods.
I don't know if there's something you want.
Okay,
I feel that-
for the God Killer.
In the interest of not rushing you, that sounds acceptable.
Did you say that out loud?
Can you also contact the
not at all.
and
Not
we'll
Stephen
put
Tom.
money aside to buy a new wand or wand of sending?
No, nobody knows
Let the
what the
Church of
truth is.
Solanus and Freegate know that Duncan the Black has been eliminated. That was one of our favors.
Church of Frigate, no.
See,
I'm not familiar with anyone in the church, either one of those churches, am I?
Actually, we're gonna teleport down there, so never mind. I'll take care of that. I just remember that going down to sell the stuff.
Fair enough.
They'll look at it. He might get you today.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll summarize what the plan is actually going to be, and then we will come back with executing the plan. Okay?
oh God!
So, we are back. Loot's been sold. We've bamped back to the city of Elise.
Yep.
Everyone has gotten their gold that do wish. She has allowed us for 200 gold a day out here to use her personal demi-plane of accelerated time for crafting and any other purposes. I'm going in for at least 4 days.
And outside.
4 days outside time.
So it'd be 4 days outside, but it'd be a month inside.
Yeah,
28 days.
I need about that.
Well, I need
not-
30 days, so I'll just.
Not going
It's not
inside.
bad.
I'm doing my Rod of Maximize instead of a lesser, into an actual Rod of
Going to
Maximize.
stay outside of
And
it.
it cost me 20,000 gold, so that means 20 days.
Well, I'm not going to immediately
I
back
can
to the
have
town. I'll
that.
wait for you guys to finish.
If I take a plus 5 on the check.
I don't think
So,
we should wait that
10
long to
days
go
for
back
me.
to Duncan's town.
Wonder side.
Yeah, somebody could claim it before we get there.
And I will also
That gives
be.
them time to fortify
I have
it.
to go buy. I'm buying 6 level spells, and
Whoever's
the other
left.
remaining days that I'm in there with him, I'm going to be transferring the spells into my book.
So wait,
Because they
so
take
they're
days to do.
Basically going to be in there a week, and it's
A
going
month.
to take a month, right?
It'll be a month for us, and it'll be 4 days for you guys.
So
Or if,
But I kind of agree with what she's saying that waiting 4 days to go back to
Duncan's
the
Tower.
Duncan's Tower, that's a lot of time for somebody else to take up and turn into just another Duncan fight, or loot the tower and we don't get any of the stuff.
well,
that's in
I
there to
doubt
begin
all of his reinforcements went in that
with. It
march.
doesn't have to. It could be his enemies, dude.
Could have been. Could have
Well,
been like
exactly.
wizards
That
got away.
gives the people he left there in charge of his tower.
So you
time
guys would
to
rather
hide
go attack the tower
or-
now?
I'd rather go.
Yeah,
initiate.
I agree. I think we should secure the tower first, and then
Dude,
I'm okay with that.
we
Okay.
can still take this time to buy some items though before we leave, right? Because that's just going around and
If you're
grabbing
just
things.
teleporting, yeah.
what do you want to buy?
What did you want to buy while we're at the frigate?
A phylactery of positive channeling,
How much was that?
11,000.
That's
All
how we
right.
purchased them, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
adds
ju-
2d6 to my channel.
Then deduct that from the amount, because you would have told me you'd wanted that.
I'd like to put a bunch of my money in the bank, so I'm not walking around with all this gold.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to just outright buy while part of the party's at Frigate selling and getting the money and stuff?
No, but like I said, I want to put my money in the bank, so I'm not walking around with all this gold.
Yeah, probably. But I'll think of it next week. I will buy
That's fair.
5,000 gold worth of diamonds and diamond dust. So $2,500 worth of gold worth of diamonds and 2,500 gold
Okay.
worth of diamond dust.
Why
How much
diamonds
do I owe you?
specifically?
Cause he gonna cast a spell.
He wants to put some a grill
Because
in.
I want an insurance policy.
How much do I owe you?
Okay.
To Grendia.
Oh, you owe him
3K.
25,000.
I don't know.
No, hold. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the babble from him or you. I'm wiping the debt clean.
Okay. You sure you don't want me to collect the vigorous interest off Grendir?
It's fine. I'll wipe the debt
Okay.
clean.
So, yeah, you guys, I will allow you to retroactively buy up to next week. If you don't have it ready at the beginning of the session next Saturday, then you either couldn't find it, the city didn't have it, etc.,
Or
etc.
indecisive. And
You just have to buy it later.
Yeah.
Okay? Remember, the purchase limit for Frigate is 25,000, which is the
25?
same.
Nope, it's at 50,000.
Oh, yeah, because it's the same as Barcade. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
That's why I wrote it down.
Saving your money.
For consistency.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, we'd had a long rest, so we could prep for the Duncan Tower
Yeah.
accordingly, which will next week.
I'll be ready for the Duncan.
Sure, yeah, we can do that next week. Okay,
That sounds good.
cool stuff. Good session, guys.
Wow.